We begin on this Saturday evening with breaking news. Former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez arrested in connection with a stabbing in downtown Indianapolis. The 38-year-old, now Fox analyst, was in town to call the Colts game tomorrow. Now he's injured in the hospital and facing preliminary charges. Our Alex Almanza is live tonight. We're near where the stabbing happened this morning. So, Alex, what have you learned?
Jenny, we do know that Sanchez is in the hospital and in stable condition per reports from Fox officials. Now, IMPD says this started early this morning around 12:30 a.m. Police say they were called to the 300 block of West Washington Street downtown, just across from the Indiana Government Center, on reports of some sort of physical disturbance. Now, they arrived and found two men injured, one with lacerations, the other, Mark Sanchez, with stab wounds. Less than an hour ago, IMPD released an update saying he had been arrested at the hospital in connection to this incident. Now, he faces preliminary charges of battery, public intoxication, and unlawful entry of a motor vehicle. Again, Sanchez is still at the hospital in stable condition awaiting release. He has not yet been sent to jail. This is now in the hands of the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, who will make the final decisions. For now, we await more updates from IMPD. We also wait for a probable cause affidavit, which will likely not be available until Monday, which will have more details on how the situation escalated. We'll, of course, keep you updated online and on air. Jenny?
And Alex, I don't know if you can describe kind of the area where this happened. Kind of describe to us that area of downtown, if you would.
Yeah, so this is right near the JW Marriott. We're actually in front of the Lawmiller's Pub and Eatery. A lot of people come here. This is kind of a lot of traffic, foot traffic for people going to conventions. I know there's a conference going on here at the hotel next door. So a lot of foot traffic and just a lot of people going through here. But this is kind of a busy part of downtown.
Yeah, certainly, and certainly a case will continue to follow. All right, new developments. Alex Almanza reporting live. Thank you. Also happening right now, we want to keep you updated on a shooting that happened just minutes ago on the near south side of Indianapolis. Police confirmed to us one person is now in critical condition after being shot on East Kelly Street. That's not far from East Raymond Street and I-65. No word yet on any suspects in that case. Of course, we will keep you updated with any new developments on both of these stories on air and on WTHR.com. Other news tonight, a push to end the hunger crisis in America that's hitting Hoosiers hard. A local organization says it's on the road to fix it, quite literally. Our Ella Rhodes caught up with bikers on the ride to end hunger.
Before the bikers kicked their stands up and hit the road, they prayed for every hungry Hoosier. Faith, Hope, and Love CEO Marilyn Gonzalez organized the 5th annual Ride to End Hunger.
We are here together to bring awareness about hunger, that even one individual can be an answer to this growing problem.
More than 20 riders drove for 75 miles across central Indiana to raise awareness for the 1 in 7 Hoosiers fighting hunger. Faith, Hope, and Love teamed up with Midwest Food Bank, where they started the ride. Tommy Brooks with Midwest Food Bank says they see the issue grow worse every day.
I hear it every time I go out to any food bank that they are feeding more and are having a harder time finding the food.
1 in 5 Hoosier kids face hunger, according to Feeding America. That number keeps Brooks up at night.
I can't imagine that. They're back in school now, and I can't imagine getting up and going to school and being able to concentrate when you haven't had a decent meal.
It's why FHL returns to the road every year.
It's hard to believe that in a country that's so powerful and rich, and then at the same time throw more food in the trash than giving to the charitable distributions.
Helmets on, kickstands up, driving and praying one more person joins the fight to end hunger. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
And we do want to let you know, if you are in need of food assistance here in Indiana, the Community Compass app can help you find the closest food pantry. Also, for context here, this push to help food insecurity in Indiana comes as food banks all across the country prepare for increased demand due to the government shutdown. One food bank in Washington, Washington, D.C., estimates 75,000 federal workers are living paycheck to paycheck right now. As a result, the food bank anticipates those workers could need their help if they're furloughed and if the shutdown goes on for a while. Other key programs like SNAP could also be disrupted if the shutdown extends into next month. Today, neighbors on the Near East Side are working to clean up the old Indiana Women's Prison. The goal is to turn it into something positive for the area, such as a green space, low-income housing, or a food market. Some neighbors say that area has very few options for groceries. The city says it's open to ideas, and today people came out to enjoy food, music, and art and give their input on which ideas they like the most.
We've gotten a lot of great ideas as far as what could happen here and what the redevelopment could look like. But I think just the sheer volume of people that have come out and the interest in the site has been eye-opening. So just being able to see that the community really cares about this site, care about the history of the site, and want to see something good happen here. And we're really excited about that.
The city says this event helps them get some feedback as they consider the prison's future. Family, friends, and community members tonight are remembering and honoring the life of Jeremiah Williams. You may remember he was just 8 years old when he died in a domestic violence-related shooting. Jeremiah was the great-nephew of Mount Moriah's pastor, Reverend Arthur Sample III. He says the goal of this event is to honor Jeremiah and inspire some change so no other family has to go through what they did.
It happens in the neighborhoods all across America, and it doesn't really matter the income. And so we just want to make other people aware that there is a real problem that's an illness, and that there's solutions that by letting others know that this is going on and talking about it and making an effort whereby that change will come. And that's what we're looking for, a change.
The church also collected donations today to give to a local shelter. All right, 6:07, let's talk about the weather, give you a live look at downtown Indianapolis. We've got lots of sunshine for your Saturday evening, and it's a hot one for October, Rob.
Yeah, we're talking about temperatures in the 80s yet again. That pattern has not changed. Makes for a beautiful picture like that we saw on our sky cam there, but temperatures certainly above the average. 82 is where we sit currently. We didn't actually quite make it as warm as perhaps we were expecting. A little bit of a south or a southeast wind. Normally that helps to warm us up, but it's actually bringing in some slightly cooler air. Look at Chicago, though, at 86. And yes, there are some locations that have been able to warm up into the mid to upper 80s, 85 right now, a little farther to the north in Kokomo. But lots of low to mid 80s on the forecast board. Means that maybe tomorrow's forecast could be in jeopardy. Will we reach that record high temperature? I'll get to that in just a moment. In the meantime, we'll take the 80s, we'll drop them through the 70s. We'll end up in the 60s for tonight, I think. Perhaps near 60 degrees, which means that some of you, yes, are going to get into the upper 50s, especially those locations a little farther to the north where maybe a little bit of drier air has moved in. But clear skies expected. And then tomorrow, the record high for tomorrow, by the way, after starting out at 60 degrees, if we can make it to 88, that's what we're expecting to be a record-breaking temperature. 87 is the record. But given today's temperatures, I'm wondering if we'll realize that. I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. We'll also talk about some rain in the 7-day forecast. That's not something I've been able to say for a while. It's coming up.
Yeah, we definitely need the rain. All right, Rob, thanks so much. Gosh, a tough day for Purdue football. The Boilermakers falling short to the Illini at home in West Lafayette. Our Eli Gain breaks down what went wrong during today's game.
Well, a lot of frustrations from the Boilermakers today. There were mistakes, there were penalties, there was miscommunication, there were turnovers, and they were unable to counter any of those, which led to this 43-27 loss at the hands of Illinois. So Barry Odom's first win against a top 25 team will have to wait another day. Purdue did take a 7-0 lead into the second quarter after Ryan Brown got them on the board, but it was a complete meltdown in the second quarter. Illinois scoring 27 points in that frame, taking advantage of Purdue's mistakes with some really big plays, leading to some quick strikes on the scoreboard. Purdue would close the gap just before half, a 60-yard touchdown to Corey Smith. That made it 24-14, but Illinois tacked on a field goal to take a 13-point lead into the break. And well, not much difference for the rest of the game. The Boilers would trim the lead to 9 after a 42-yard run from Antonio Harris, but that's as close as they would get. Purdue allowing over 500 yards. The defense gashed once again. The offense with its fair share of mishaps as well. Barry Odom not pleased whatsoever.
And for us to play the way that we did, very disappointed in my coaching staff and our team. And I can't be any more honest than that. And also, I look in the mirror and how do we fix it? You know, I just didn't think we were very competitive, honestly. So that's hard to say out loud, but clearly nowhere even close to playing winning football.
Well, this could be interesting to some. We all know Taylor Swift released her new album on Friday. Purdue football is now 0-11 all time, immediately following Swift's release of her album. So do with that what you will. Either way, Purdue back on the road next week when they travel to Minnesota. Covering the Boilermakers from Ross-Ade Stadium, I'm Eli Gain for 13 Sports.
Wow, score that as the most unexpected stat. Thanks, Eli. Hey, right now Notre Dame is going head-to-head with Boise State, and the Irish are up 21-7 with 14 left in the fourth quarter. We'll have more on that outcome of that game tonight at 11 o'clock. Still ahead on 13 News at 6, an immigration crackdown coming to big cities. President Trump's latest plan to deploy troops to Chicago. Rob?
And it hasn't really felt like October, even though we are 4 days in, but we've got a pattern change on the way. This is going to bring us a chance for rain and some cooler temperatures. I'll outline when and how much.
Plus another chance to win big. The Powerball jackpot, yep, it's going back up. We'll tell you how much it's worth next.